What up, everybody? Appreciate y'all for coming back. Today we are going to be making some salmon lemon risotto. Got our salmon here, so let's get started. Going in, gonna make sure we don't have any bones in here. So we are good. Good on the bones. Sometimes when I go to Fred Meyer's, they don't debone these. What y'all think? What y'all think about that salmon? What y'all saying? What you think it's speaking on? All right. So after you take your pieces of fish, what you're gonna want to do, meat side down, and you're gonna want to make 2 scores, 3 depending on the size of, the fillet of fish you're using. So that way it can cook more evenly. And you'll just go ahead, throw meat down, skin side up, and make sure that your skin is descaled. Then you're going to make a slight incision here. You don't want to go too deep, just a little opening. Pop one right here in the middle, shoot, and then one more just for good measure, since this one's a little bit more lengthy. And like I was saying, you don't want to go too deep, about like 1/2 inch, and then bam, now we get to seasoning. Now that we're going into the seasoning, lay out your fillets. Got enough room on this board for 2. And we're going to make a little bit of a mess, but who cares? That's what happens in the kitchen. You understand? Oh, and then I cut me 2 pieces off for the dogs. They get a little fishy treat. And keeping it simple, a little bit of sea salt. Oop, a little bit got on the dog treats, but I'll just wash those off. And since we're going to be pan searing these, a little bit of that is going to end up getting cooked off, so you can be a little generous. And again, I'm going to let y'all know right now, I am in no way any type of professional. I cook from the heart. I cook from feeling, So, actually, do I have... Nope, I don't. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't have fresh ground black pepper, so we're just going to lightly dust with this already pre-ground. Bow. And because some of my family think black pepper is spicy, I'm going to go a little bit light, and I'll adjust mine a little bit later. And we're going to come in with some, boom, garlic powder. Make sure to get that belly side. Yup. Okay. Boom. Now, you are also going to want to season skin side. So flip those up. Bow. Okay. Make sure we use the same seasonings. And using a little bit more generous amount of salt on the skin sides especially is going to help get that skin a bit more crispy. For those of you that like eating fish skin, and I am one of those people, so crispy skin coming up. And when it comes to the skin side, especially after you scored it, again, you can go a little bit more generous because you're going to be rubbing it into the cuts that you have made, like so. Don't be shy with your seasonings, All flavor is welcome. Alright, so while our salmon's chilling with some seasoning, we're going to start with cutting up some shallots. And this is going to be cooked down to go and be a part of our risotto. Now, I've made risotto before, also with a helping hand, and I wasn't filming it, so be mindful of that. And it was just plain normal risotto. It was anything special. It was just simply some standard risotto. First time doing lemon and incorporating the lemon zest or the juice. Oop, shot one pretty far out there. So with that being said, I know that this has been a recipe that's kind of already been done, and it's nothing new, but to me it's new. It looked delicious, sounded delicious, and oh my god, onions, eyes. It's burning. It's burning. Oh my god. Maybe you guys can help me out in figuring out a way to prevent teary eyes from onions. Okay, anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna finally mince all this up. Onion skin. And like I said, as you can tell, there's no professionalism happening with any of this. Oh my god. It's so much worse. Oh my god, guys. I can't see. My vision is so blurry. Tiger claw. Don't cut your finger. Okay. It's so much. I can't see. Can you see it? Can you see it? Oh my god. It's so bad. It's so bad. It burns. But it burns so good. Okay. I'm going to say that's good enough. Oh, there's this long one right here. We're going to take care of that. Alright, next thing's coming up. Now we're going to do garlic. Now, don't mind you, these portions may look a bit large. I am not only cooking for 2, I am cooking for 5 today. Oh, man, that onion, I tell you, shallot. Oh, crush. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to turn that. Cut to your limit. And we crush. Ooh. I don't know if y'all use the butts of your garlic. Sometimes I don't mind if it don't look all, you know, buttly, ugly. And crush, peel away, dispose. Yeah, see that one I'm cool with. Ba 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 ba. Cha 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 cha. Could you imagine like me just trying to do this, make this video to post on YouTube, and I just so happen to, I'm not even gonna put that juju out there, but anyways. Plus, I like the oniony taste, I like the garlicky taste. I don't know who doesn't, and if you don't, then maybe this isn't for you, or not. I mean, the recipe could be for you, but you know, the mass amounts of onion and garlic are not. See, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I won't even focus in. But anyway, oh, there you go. Boom. I'm still recovering from the freaking shallots, man. Did I crush this? Yeah. Cha 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 cha. Ooh. Boom. Oh, is that all the garlic? Well, would you look at that? Now, let's go ahead and yop you up. A portion of this is mainly for the risotto. Small portion is to be cooked with the salmon. And we'll call that good enough. Alright, now we are going to zest and juice 3 lemons. Alright, so the lemon juice is mainly to add to the risotto. The lemon zest, however, we're going to be utilizing that on the salmon and the risotto as a garnish. And lemon juice, however, you can use that sparingly. I know some members of the household here would prefer a little bit less lemony zest than others. I myself, I like spice, I like citrus, so sign me up. But we're not all the same, and that's okay. I realized the rest of those weren't really in frame, so I'm going to give you this last one here. Nice little, oh my goodness. Smells amazing in here, I'm not going to lie. I wish you guys can smell it through the camera, but you can't, unfortunate. Now we're coming in with some parsley. This here specifically, just a garnish, so we don't need a lot. I do have, as you can see, this abundance here, but I grabbed this also in accordance to what I'm going to be making for dinner tomorrow. So you plan ahead, wrap things around, you know, your schedule. Utilize what you're already getting so you're not wasting food or your money. Can't tell you how many times I've just been cooking, like not even sparingly. It's just been, you know, on a whim, and I would buy ingredients and they would just go bad after like one use because I didn't need it anymore, or it had no plans in using it except for like one dish. And I don't really want too many stems, so I'm gonna be a little time consuming here and pick all those off. So for time of video purposes, we're gonna skip past this. Okay, now that we got all of our parsley leaves off the stems, pop, 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 pop. It's gonna be a light chop. Don't want to cut them down too small. And I get sometimes people use whole leaves as a garnish, but these were some pretty big ass leaves, and I'm okay with chopped greens. All right, now we're gonna grade these 2 wedges of Parmesan. Now you can always get shredded, grated, or whatever Parmesan you want, but freshly grated is definitely, it melts much better. Gives you that little bit more creamy texture for the risotto. This is probably, for me, the worst process. I hate this the most, but it's the most necessary. And you want to be able to make sure you have enough Parmesan to go and complete your risotto, and then you want to be able to have enough for an additional garnish because, you know, cheese lovers and whatnot gotta have their cheese. Wow. Let's reestablish business. All ingredients prepped, but on another note, peep that knife. You know what I'm talking about? Look at that. Man's got Damascus skins. Sheesh. Where are we at? Where are we at? There we are. Yep, yep. You know what I'm talking about? Tough. And there you guys have it. All ingredients prepped. Let's start cooking. All right, now we're gonna start cooking the salmon. I'm gonna start our pan on a little bit less than high heat. High heat, but not as hot as it can get. We're gonna come in with a little olive oil. And for my parents, I portion the cuts out a little bit. And we are gonna first cook these skin side down. Of course, when layering them in there with some hot ass oil, try to lay them away from you, and you want to have, you know, some space so that they're not overcrowded. They can cook a little bit more evenly. I got these tiny ass tongs, tiny ass tongs. And yeah, so we're gonna cook it, sear the skin, get it nice and crisp. Then we're gonna flip it over, get a nice cook on the top and the sides. Then we're gonna add some butter, thyme, rosemary, what have you. And over here, I got my chicken broth warming up. Now we don't want this to be at like a boil. You just want this to be on like a low heat to where it starts getting hot, so that when you add it to the risotto, it's still cooking properly rather than adding cold broth to a, you know, cooking rice and it cools it down. And you'll start to see, just like when you're cooking with any other type of meat, like the cooked edges starting to come through. In my experience, I try not to mess with it too much because fish can get a bit flaky. And if you do it, start flipping and rotating too much, the fish is going to start coming to like falling apart. It's not going to stay together. Now for the sear, that's kind of what we're going for right there. I'm going to lay that back down. Now, because we don't have skin to kind of cook through and we're not trying to sear the top, you know, we just want a nice even cook. All the meatier sides are going to be less time. And at this point, you can lower your heat. Then we're going to get ready to add our butter. Now, once your salmon gets that, you know, nice brown color, cooked look to it, lower the heat, add your butter. As that melts, you're going to add your rosemary and thyme and some garlic. After adding the butter, make sure that you baste that for a little bit. And again, we're not trying to cook it for too long because we're going to let these rest. And after you hit that, now these are good to get off. All right, now that that's done, we can get started on our risotto. So we're going to need our oil, rice, all the other ingredients that we prepped. Don't judge me about my orange measuring cup. I like the color orange. And we need about a cup, maybe quarter cup more of some dry white wine. Then we have our chicken broth here. All right, so first thing you're gonna want for the risotto is a hot pan with oil. Add your shallots, your garlic, half that lemon zest, and I like to throw thyme in there because why not? And we're gonna cook this down. Now you want to kind of cook this until the shallots are translucent, because they're going to cook down the more we do the risotto process, but you just don't want them overcooked when you start, and you don't want the garlic to burn as well. Okay, once that is translucent, we got color, we're going to add our rice. We're going to stir this around, and we're going to cook this, toast the rice for a couple minutes. You want to make sure you get everything mixed up nice and good, nice and well. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out Aunt Vicky for requesting me to make a cooking video. She's been watching my videos as of late, and honestly, I probably wouldn't have made a cooking video yet if it wasn't upon her request. And so I figured, why not today? Also, you kind of want to consistently stay attentive with this. You don't want any of the ingredients, especially the rice, to start burning. You kind of just want to get a light toast. Warm those grains up. And you're only going to do this for a couple minutes. Alright, now once you see, or you kind of feel that your rice is, you know, brown, a little toasted, got some heat to it, we're going to come in and we're going to bring that first 1 cup of dry white wine. You want to mix that thoroughly, And you want to make sure that most of the liquid before we even proceed is all gone. You want to cook that alcohol out. Now this is going to help bring the flavors together. And that did cook rather fast, which I did expect. So we're going to come back through with a little quarter cup more. And once you start to see that texture change, we're going to start bringing our chicken broth into play. And we're going to add this in slowly, probably about half a cup at a time, and just consistently stir.
The rice looks so weird. So different.
Right? Now while adding your stock and cooking the rice, you don't want this to become soupy, as you can see, but you also don't want to overcook your rice because it's supposed to be more of an al dente. Slight texture check. We're getting there. Probably one more of these and we can get moving. We're at the bottom. Now, see, you can probably see a little bit of like liquid sitting here at the rims or at the edge of the pan, but once you give that a quick stir, it quickly cooks away, gets absorbed within the rice, helping it get that creamyish texture with a slight bite. Last of it for good measure. Bring that heat down. And we're going to come in with a little bit of lemon juice, lemon zest, butter. Give all that a good mix. And you want to mix that up until the butter is fully melted. And once the rice is to your liking, you start adding that Parmesan in and pretty much just get it to the consistency that you want, you know, however creamy you want it. I'm in a household full of cheese lovers, so I mean, I don't know anybody that doesn't love cheese except for people that are lactose intolerant, but even they like cheese, so. And then here you have it. You get this creamy risotto rice. Get 2 scoops, plate it, and then we are to add our salmon. And there you have it. Lemon salmon risotto. Can you tell your mom food's done, please?